You know, the violence against these girls, it's atrocious. There's no other word for it. It is cruel, it is tormenting, it's traumatizing, and they're really enslaved. It's slavery. For people to say prostitution is not a victimless crime, it's not true.
Las Vegas is a sex trafficking hub, and it's a problem that's getting worse and it's changing. More sex trafficking victims are stealing from tourists to meet the quotas set by their pimps.
80% of the children enslaved in sex trafficking here in Las Vegas are from right here in the Valley. So what's being done about it? Now for part 2 of our Fox 5 special report. On a cold Tuesday night, we watched an attractive young woman walk aimlessly on Tropicana near the Orleans, an area known for street-level prostitution. I walked up to her and asked if she was okay. She looked around nervously and checked a text message on her flip phone. Seconds later, a man in a white SUV sped around the corner and yelled, "Hey," to her out the window. She quickly thanked me for checking on her, got in the SUV, and they took off.
It is so prevalent everywhere.
Metro Police Lieutenant Patricia Spencer heads up the Vice and Sex Trafficking Unit. Her undercover officers are everywhere sex trafficking is.
Understanding that these girls are not doing this because they want to do it. They're doing it because they have to do it. They're forced to do it. They're enslaved to do it. If we kind of take on that mentality, you know, that maybe that guilt will kind of set in and understand that it's not right what they're doing. We take away that demands, maybe we slow down the supply.
The demand for sex with children led Judge William Voy to start the country's first juvenile court for underage sex trafficking victims. Every Wednesday, the kids arrested the week before or held in the juvenile detention center go before Judge Voy. The judge let Fox 5 cameras in to see it for ourselves.
Are you ready to make a change?
These children are victims under the federal designation, so they shouldn't be in court for the crime that is their own victimization, but we still arrest about 200 children every year.
We don't want to put girls in jail for just prostitution, especially if they are a victim. I mean, we want to help them and get them out of this life any way possible.
But Las Vegas doesn't have a safe house for trafficking victims. There's nowhere to house the victims, and releasing them back on the streets means handing them back to the men who sell, beat, and even kill them.
Basically, detention is being used as a safe place for some of the girls that get involved in sexual exploitation.
Esther Brown, the founder of the Embracing Project, is there in court every Wednesday. She serves as an advocate for the young women.
Maybe being here is really a blessing. The fact that you got arrested is a break for you, that you can think about it, and we can put some resources in place so you can leave your pimp.
While we were there, we watched Esther, lawyers, and the judge debate GPS tracking for a 15-year-old, listen to the struggles of one 17-year-old battling her trafficking-related PTSD, another trying to get help for drug addiction, plans to get a 14-year-old young man back in school. Each child's parents were there in court.
What are we supposed to do with her?
This mother doesn't want her daughter to go back to a life on the streets, but she doesn't want her to come home either. Families often have a hard time coping with how the trauma of trafficking changes their loved one.
We're always coming to her rescue, and as of right now, I think this needs to sit.
You have a lot of brainwashing and, again, the trauma that they endure coming into this life and the enslavement. They have nowhere else to go.
I love you, Bear. This is for your own good. Yes, I do. It's called tough love.
I turned to prostitution because my mother did not help me with anything at all. And the reason why I wasn't in school is because she hasn't put me in school.
After years as a victim herself, Mary successfully got away from her pimps.
I'm very, very fortunate to be alive.
Coy walked away from pimping after 23 years.
It's not worth it. It's dangerous. It's dehumanizing. Anytime you make someone do something they don't want to do, you're an animal.
They have a message for the kids in this courtroom. The children working in an industry they worked so hard to get out of.
There is a way out. You know, a lot of girls feel like, you know, they're stuck or they're scared to get out because their pimps are going to find them and kill them. But I always tell girls, you know, don't ever let your fear take control of your life, because that's what I did.
To the pimp's man, stop it. Knock it off. Be a man. Get a job. Stand on your own 2 feet. Quit relying on a woman. You're not a pimp, you're a womanizer.
Coy also has a message for the women he beat, sold, and womanized.
That I apologize sincerely from the bottom of my heart, and that I hope that she can find it in her heart to forgive me. And if she's still in the industry, please get out. Please get out. There's only two ends to prostitution, and that's death or prison. I don't want to die, and I don't want to go back to prison.
It's emotional for you.
Yeah.
What is it that brings tears to your eyes?
Yeah. I've done a lot of stuff to hurt a lot of people that I'm not proud of. And I know one day I'm going to have to answer God for it. I just pray He's a forgiving God.